Welcome to Insight into Deep Truth. Listen to me. You are not a failure. You are not a disgrace. Your life is not finished. Irrespective of what is happening around you, irrespective of what you are seeing today, that is not what that will define you. We are not defined by the circumstances that we find ourselves. We are not defined by the situations surrounding us. Life might look difficult for you today. It might be a training process. Joseph was thrown into the pit. P-I-T. It was preparation in training. For all the while Joseph was in the pit, a lot of things that he understood, a lot of things that he learned. How did I know? When his brothers later came to him when he was the prime minister, what happened? He didn't pay them evil for evil. He learned how to govern in a strange land in the pit. It's possible you are in your peak experience today. God is taking you to the palace. It's making you relevant by taking you through that process. What you don't understand, you cannot help other people solve. Listen, you are not, I repeat, you are not a disgrace to your generation. Listen, whatever you do, understand this fact, that unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all we ask or think, Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20, but it must be according to the power that works in us. Stop being pessimistic about life. The kind of life we live as believers is the faith life. Our language is faith language. This is what Job understood, and he said, though he slay me, yet will I wait. I know, he said, my Redeemer liveth. God is a good God. There is no bad thing in God. Everything about God is good. Trust me. He will not allow you to suffer shame. He will not allow you to suffer reproach. Somebody is saying, what are you telling me? I have been there for a long while. Listen. The more the pain, the greater the gain. We are living in a generation where people are seeking for plenty pleasure. See, when you seek for plenty pleasure, you fall into plenty problem. The story most times is not as attractive as the glory. But it's the story that forms and fashions the glory. There is no glory without a story. Any glory without a story will still crash in destiny. It won't survive the hardness of life. Any glory without a story would die premature death. Take it one day at a time. This generation needs you. Generations yet unborn needs you. Don't fail your word. Don't disappoint your generation. If there is anyone that will say, I want to be poured out to my generation as a drink, let that person be you. Seek for ways to solve people's problem. When you solve people's problem in life, you become a sought after, you become relevant. It's a natural principle. When you are a solution provider, you attract supremacy, you attract divinity to you. God is looking for people that is going to use to populate his kingdom. He says the laborers are few, the harvest is much. Come on board. God's employment system is not the one that he will sit and interview you. God's employment system is to look for those that have purged themselves in a great house. How many vessels? But if anyone will purge himself, that is the one that will be made unto honor. Purge yourself and get ready. Wherever you go, think of how to make things different and better. You cannot be making things better for people, making lives better, and then your life will be bitter. No. One of the ways to cancel bitterness out of your life is to always seek to make the life of other people better. You attract what you produce. You attract what you produce. Listen, this life is too short for you to keep wasting it. This life is too short for you to just be there complaining and lamenting every day. Say to yourself, I refuse to fail. Say to yourself, I refuse to be an underdog. Say to yourself, I refuse to be a disappointment to my generation. Say to yourself, I refuse everything that has kept me where I am. Every addiction that has kept me where I am. Say no to it. Waiting for you at the top. See you at the top because you will not fail. Your life will not end in disgrace. Your life will not end in disappointment. You will be celebrated. You have been celebrating people all your life. It is time for you to be celebrated. And the best way to do it is to live in honor. Then you will see men troop to your camp, celebrate you. God bless you. See you in our next video as we begin to teach more of these principles.